My roommate had a pregame at our place and specifically chose to destroy things in my room thinking there would be no consequences. But now, I am taking legal action for everything she did. Context: I had been at my boyfriend's place all day when I came home around 9 p.m. to this. Perfume, a plate my grandmother had gotten me for jewelry and stuff, a planted decoration I had were all smashed on the ground. I'm really sorry if the screenshots are confusing. They're texts with my two roommates, so I was trying to make them as non-confusing as possible. I didn't block out the names of the two guys who done it, because it would have just made the whole story really hard to follow if you didn't know who done what parts of it. But I'm genuinely just really worked up about this whole thing. I know not that much stuff broke, but I'm honestly just really angry about it. Here are the screenshots below. Do you have any idea what happened to my room? I just got back from my boyfriend's and things are just broken on the floor and everything that was on my dresser has been pushed onto my bed, and one of my perfumes is just smashed on the floor. Roommate 1: No idea, sorry. I went in earlier to get a hairbrush and everything was fine. Maybe ask Chelsea? What time is that? Roommate 1: At around 2 p.m. Maybe an animal got in or something. I don't see how that could have happened. I'm actually so confused. WTF. I got the plate thing that's smashed on the floor for my granny to hold my jewelry and stuff. I'm so upset. Roommate 1: I actually have no idea what happened. When I left, everything was fine. Hey, do you have any idea what happened to my room? I came home from boyfriend's and Terry's things just smashed on the ground and everything that was on my dresser has been pushed onto my bed. Roommate 2: WTF? I have no idea. I left around 8 p.m. and everything seemed okay to me. Really? I'm so confused. WTF? No other part of the apartment is smashed up, it's literally only my room. Roommate 2: I've genuinely got no idea, sorry girl. Roommate 2 is saying she has no idea what happened either. I'm actually so confused. Roommate 1: Show me what she said. Strange. Roommate 1 had a group of like 6 people over and they were all pre-gaming. Did you have people over today? Roommate 2: Yay, just from like 5 until 8 when we left. Why? Roommate 1 said you were all drinking. Is that what happened in my room? Like, was someone drunk and something happened? If that's what happened, can you just tell me? Roommate 2: Sorry, I didn't know how to tell you. Okay, well, what exactly happened? Cause like what? Roommate 2: I had a couple friends over for drinks. Daniel and Connor were already drinking before they got here, so they were pretty tipsy. At some point they asked me who my roommates were, so I said you and Roommate 1, and after I said your name they just started talking about how weird they thought you were and how they were annoying and they don't like you and stuff. And they were laughing and stuff, so I just thought they were joking, but then Connor got up and started walking towards the bedrooms and stuff, and he asked me which one was yours, and I told him. And he went in there. It was just quiet for like 30 seconds and then we all just heard stuff smashing off the ground, and we went in to see what he was doing, and it was Danielle that broke your perfume. When we all went in and Danielle saw what Connor had done, he picked up a perfume that had fallen on the ground and just kept banging it against your wall until it broke, and I tried to get them to stop, but they just kept laughing and saying you deserve it. Eventually we all left and went out to a club. Are you being effing serious? I've literally had about one effing conversation with both of them. Why did you tell him which room was mine? And why did you just let him go in? That's so effing weird. Like what? And then you have the audacity to lie to me when I asked you what happened? If Roommate 1 didn't tell me you had people over, you literally never would have told me. Do they plan on paying me back for the damage they've caused? Multiple of my things are broken. I genuinely don't give a F about whatever excuse you're typing for them. I want everything they've broken either replaced or the amount of money it makes up altogether. I don't know if I can go down a legal route with this, but I'm gonna find out. Give me my money and I'm being effing surrounds. Roommate 2: It only happened because they were drunk. They wouldn't have done something like that sober. I don't think they meant for it to get that bad. And I would have told you eventually. I just didn't know how to bring it up. Don't take any actions yet. Please don't go to the police or anything. Get me the money or I'll send you a list of everything that's broken and can replace it. I don't care how you do it, just fix it. You literally didn't even bother to and hide it? You just left my everything broken all over the place? And I don't care that they were drunk, that doesn't change anything whatsoever. Whatever weird effing thing they have against me doesn't explain any of this. Roommate 2: None of us have the money to replace that stuff. That perfume alone is like $150. I don't even know what to do. Your friends come into my room and destroyed my stuff and you're complaining about not being able to replace it? Roommate 2: Look, I texted and they said sorry. If they're that sorry, they can say it to my face. Tell them to replace my stuff or I'm going further with this whole thing. Roommate 2, okay, just give me a while to figure it out, just don't do anything please. Short update 1. I'll comment this here because it's the most popular comment. I'm leaving to file a police report now. I was going to leave it a bit longer, but people are telling me that is not a good idea, so my boyfriend is going to drive me there now. I'll update whenever I can. Update 2. Hello everyone. I filed a police report a few hours ago. The police said that they would go and talk to all 3 of them. I had to wait a while before they had any information for me, so that's why it's been a while. So basically, Chelsea gave the police a completely different story to the one she gave me. She said that everything she said to me was true apart from the stuff about the perfume. Apparently Daniel did pick up the perfume and started banging it against the wall, but he didn't break it. He wasn't able to break it, so he handed it to Chelsea and asked her to break it instead, and she did. They spoke to the 2 guys and Connor said that Chelsea was the one encouraging them to break my stuff. Apparently she even told them to break my laptop, but they didn't do it. He said that he did get up and go into my room, and Chelsea said to him while he was going in, "Don't touch anything in there," in a really sarcastic tone apparently, and he took that as a challenge, I guess. Daniel also gave them the same story, that she was the one encouraging them to break my stuff because they were drunk, they just did it. I hope that's everything. I didn't forget parts. They said they're going to do a follow-up with Chelsea because her story doesn't match Daniel or Connor's story, and once they followed up with her they'll let me know. I asked the police if they have any idea what they could be charged with. They said possibly criminal trespass, a misdemeanor for the property damage. They would have to pay me back for everything, possibly community service. I plan to talk to the housing department as well about her destroying the stuff in my room showing the damage. Hopefully something is done about that. Update 3. Hi. I'll just leave whatever updates I have here. Thank you a lot for the advice/support I've been getting. As I said, I'm not very familiar with legal stuff and your comments helped a lot, so I appreciate it. So I have some updates. This will probably be long. The police told me that they were going to have to recall Chelsea since her story didn't match up with the 2 guys. While they were doing that, I went back into our apartment to see if there was any more damage/evidence I could use to help get Chelsea evicted, as I was planning on going to the housing department. When I got back to my room, I noticed the wall was damaged. As I said, Daniel Chelsea both hit my perfume bottle off the wall repeatedly to try and break it, and while they were doing this, they damaged the wall in the process. The paint is chipping off of it and there is noticeable dents. I took multiple pictures of it. 1. Unfortunately, the housing department was not as helpful as I hoped they would be. I showed them the police report, all the text/pictures. They basically just said we'll look into it, and they took my phone number. Not much else was said about it, but I'm just going to keep pushing them about it until something happens. 2. Eventually, the police did get back to me. They said that Chelsea basically admitted to everything, that she was encouraging the guys to go into my room and break my stuff, but she didn't plan for it to get that bad, and that she feels sorry about it, that she just broke the perfume because she got caught up in the moment and didn't realize she was doing something wrong. She also blamed it on them being drunk. 3. While we are on the topic of the drinking, they informed me that Chelsea is going to be charged with underage drinking also. Me and Chelsea are both 20 years old, Daniel and Connor are 21, so they won't get charged for it. 4. At the moment she is looking at being charged with criminal trespass, destruction of property, intent to cause harm, underage drinking. Connor is looking at being charged with all of those except the underage drinking. Daniel is only likely being charged with criminal trespass and intent to cause harm because even though he attempted to break my perfume, it wasn't actually him that done it. This could all be subject to change, but this is just what the police told me is likely to happen. 5. They will have to pay me back for the damages caused, are also looking at community service. This is everything I can remember right now. More stuff might come up, but at the moment I'm going to try and keep pushing the whole situation with the housing management. Update 4. Hello again, another update. I got in touch with the Dean of Students, which many people told me to do as the housing department probably weren't going to be helpful, so thank you for that. He organized a meeting with me. I took a copy of the police report to him and I showed him all of the pictures/videos I had taken of my stuff, the damaged wall. Long story short, he said that this type of behavior is unacceptable and that he reprimands every individual who thinks this was okay to do. He asked me if he could make copies of the photos I had, which I obviously allowed him to do. He told me he was going to pull Chelsea for a meeting, where they could address the damages she caused, underage drinking in the building, which was prohibited. He basically confirmed he was going to evict her, have her pay for the wall damage. He then got into the more psychological side of things and he asked me if Chelsea had ever made me feel unsafe before this incident happened. I told him the truth, that she hadn't made me feel unsafe, but the energy around her is just always be uncomfortable. Chelsea and I have just never gelled as people. She is very loud extroverted and I am the complete opposite of that, so we just never gelled, but it was never anything personal to me. Those are once again really the only updates I have. The progress with the actual case against the three of them will take a bit longer, but there has at least been progress with the living situation. I'm still with my boyfriend and I'm safe. Thank you sincerely again to everyone who has reached out / given me advice. The past few days have been draining, so I appreciate the words. Beating heart emoji.